Positioning is power. Sometimes all you have to do is position yourself in the right room in order to win. Now, positioning, of course, requires discipline. Of course, it requires you to have a skill set to offer value. But even if you look at the Burj Khalifa, you look at all these Emaar buildings, right? They were constructed by a guy that used to work at the central bank and developed a really good relationship with the royal family. And then, of course, launched an organization that did development of super infrastructures. But when you have access to the room and you position yourself to win, then the doors begin to open up. Then the opportunities begin to happen. Position yourself in the right room, in the right circumstances to win. That, my friend, is going to push you to a new paradigm. That, my friend, is going to put you in a different league.
When you're hustling for money, what's the mentality? I gotta survive. I gotta take the scraps. It's me against the world. But that mindset can't apply when you're trying to build a multi-billion-dollar business. You need to start thinking like a boss. It's no longer hustle plays. You're thinking long-term generational kingdom style wealth. So this idea of like your brother's not eating or the people around you not being able to secure a bag because you're so hungry that you need a bag, it's a false mentality. And I see this, all the entrepreneurs that have had some sort of money come up, not all of them, but a lot of them haven't been able to shift their mindset from hustle to boss. So they lose all the business partners that are high quality business partners. They lose all the employees that are long-term legacy employees. Why? Because you're thinking about the quick cash. Once you make your bag, dude, your mindset has to change from hustle to boss. That means it's no longer about how much money can you make, but how much money can you make your people.
There's a difference between self-employed and entrepreneur. Self-employed is if you walk away, your business dies. It's not a business. True entrepreneur, you walk away and your business is still running. And this is what Elon Musk does best. Built up, Tesla, walked away, SpaceX, walked away, Twitter, same idea, right? He just puts the people in the right places to win, and then now you can focus on the right things and do game-changing moves.
It's like the Bible says, without vision, people perish. You need to have somebody that casts a vision and somebody that fulfills that vision. People need to buy into a vision. A lot of people are walking around with no vision, and you see a lot of employees that are depressed and like they don't have any purpose in the organization. That's the fault of the top. That's not the fault of the below-level employee. That's the fault of the person that understands and manages the culture and the tempo of the team.
It's very interesting. They studied Amish families, and they realized that Amish people have almost no illnesses. They have almost no depression. They have almost no issues at all that all these current societies have. And why do they have that? Because they all believe and they cherish family. They cherish connection, relationships. They marry who they know. They have these practices that now they're flourishing. They're super happy. They're not depressed.
Dude, you remember the first day you made your first $1 million liquid cash? Nothing changes. Sure, you have a little bit more money. Sure, you can get a nicer place. Sure, you can eat at any restaurant you want. But fundamentally, deep down, like there is no shift as a person that day to the next day. It's a process.
The last 4 years, I've been hearing, look, drop shipping is dead. Drop shipping is dead. Drop shipping is going to die. Drop shipping is hard. Everything's saturated. Ads are expensive. But what I've come to realize is that drop shipping hasn't died. It has merely evolved. Just like any other business in the world, whether you talk about sales, real estate, commerce, trading, any sort of business, it always goes through periods of evolution. Now, unless you are able to evolve, you will be crushed by your competitors. E-commerce, drop shipping, is very much alive and well. Now the strategies, the tactics whereby you make it a success is a lot different. The paradigm is shifted. The landscape is completely different. But for us to just throw a blanket statement of dropshipping is dead, no. Maybe your ability to market is dead. Maybe your skill set is dead. What you might have to reinvent is that. Now, I understand TikTok is alive and well because we just did $1.7 million on a UGC store off of TikTok. So I understand it's very much alive. But people try to use the same tactics that worked in 2016 and think that the business model is broken because their tactics are broken. Now, tactics come and go. That's why I never teach tactics. I always teach fundamentals. I always teach principles that apply in business in a long-term scope, right? Because you don't want outdated information within 48 hours. But if you want to be successful in dropshipping in 2023, it's going to require innovation. Going to data of customers, if you understand current trends. For example, I have one of my students that during the World Cup, he launched a relevant product that was familiar with the World Cup. And he was doing, I think 19 or 20. I think his best day was $300,000 in one day, running, I think about $80,000 in Facebook ads. Obviously, it was trending because of the World Cup. Will it die down later? Maybe, maybe not, who knows? But the point is, dropshipping is very much alive and well. You just need to understand how to capitalize it. So when people say, Luke, is dropshipping dead? No, your business skills need improvement. They need refinement. And if you want to capitalize and you want to be successful, You need to be able to play by a different set of rules. Start being responsible. Start becoming a business owner. Start becoming a boss, and understand that drop shipping ain't about hustling anymore. It's about moving like a boss, about executing like a boss. And it's about treating your drop shipping business like a real fucking business.